Great people, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The president has finally reacted to the issue of release of Nnamdi Kanu, which was one of the reasons given to the Southeasterners and also IPOB to calm down so that that window of opportunity will not pass him by. Don't forget that Omeyobi of Ohanaeze had met, and one of the demands they put forward to the president was that he should release Nnamdi Kanu, and that was when they had their meeting. And today also, we had already informed that there was going to be a meeting between the president and the Ohanaeze and Igbo and other elders in the southeast. And the most important thing to be discussed in that meeting was actually the release of Nnamdi Kanu, because the security, according to some top analysts and also elders of the southeast, they said that the security in the southeast is tight to the release of Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to give you full details of what the president had said and what the presumptions of Ohanaeze was before they get into the meeting. But before we do that, if you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, the Southeast leaders have told the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The Igbo leaders made the plea in an address during a meeting with Buhari at the Executive Council Chambers, new government house at Abakaliki, capital of Ebonyi State. The chairman of the Southeast Traditional Rulers Council, Eze Charles Ngbuma, read the address. In response to that address, the president of the country, Muhammadu Buhari, he called on the Southeast leaders to allow the ongoing court process bordering on charges against the leader of Nnamdi Kanu, bordering on charges against the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, in the country to pull through. And before this meeting, there had been so many talks about calming down. This is the right opportunity for us to present before the president a lot of things concerning security and all of that. But the president has reacted, and I am here with my colleague, which she's going to throw more light and give us her viewpoint about this particular issue. So now that the president has drawn the curtain on that particular issue of political solution to Nnamdi Kanu's case, what do you think will be the next line of action for the elders and also the people of Southeast?
Honestly, it's a dicey one. Looking at a lot of things. Just some hours ago, United Kingdom came with a reviewed policy on pro-Biafran groups. They were very specific about IPOB and MASOB. And they were taking a cue from the fact that the government of Nigeria had proscribed IPOB. And although it was a case-by-case study, then we are not looking at the fact that Pa Amechi Bazuliki some hours ago had warned that UGM should please calm down, or those behind the sit-at-home order that was issued on the 5th and 6th of May during the visitation of the president, that they should calm down so that they will not embarrass Ndibo and also give room for Nnamdi Kanu's case to be discussed on a level playing ground. Of course, we all saw what happened. Lots of people sat back at him, especially in Ebonyi State. And of course, some persons were able to come and visit the president. But now, the president has decided to let the whole world know that there's nothing like political solution based on what he has said. Now, the question now is, will these guys go rampage? Will the youth now decide to take to the streets? Okay, since they are not releasing our leader, then this, and that. Now, with UK reviewing their policy, you now see that it's like a triangle. Either which way, if you misbehave, this is where you're heading to. Now, with what we have seen, except, of course, now, the whole thing now boils down on the strength of the legal team of IPOB.
That's the only saving point, yeah.
Now, if they have a good legal team where they can buttress the fact that protest or sitting at home is a form of protest that is
Civil
not against,
disobedience.
yes, that is not against the law of the land, and if they can also prove the fact that IPOB is not a violent group, but only a group agitating or looking for freedom, which also within the context of the law is acceptable. Now, but with just UGM and other groups coming out, now every negative activity that goes on in Southeast, there's this quick way of tagging it IPOB.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, the question now is, how do IPOB distance themselves? You get, so you just see the whole thing is as if there's some sort of collaboration, against IPOB over the fact that that name proscribed must stick.
No, the only way, personally, that this is just an assumption on my part. I think the only way IPOB will kind of save their face, which I don't know if they can do that, will be if they also go for manhunt of those who are, these hoodlums, in quotes, going after, go after them, get a hold of them, even if it means to tie them down somewhere and call the military to come pick them up. I know that will just, all of that, even if they can do it 3-4 times and take a snapshots of all those things, send it to relevant authorities to say, CEO, we are not into all of this. We don't do this. We don't do this. Though I know that there are things in the past which can be brought against them, for example, the killing of cows violently and all of that can be brought against them. But then I feel if they kickstart that process and start cleaning up things, maybe we'll go an extra mile, to stop this thing. But then there's another question I wanted to ask you, and it borders on the reaction of the elders, Southeast elders. Don't forget that they made their expectation known to the youth, mostly to, those guys who are doing all this wahala. And one of the things that they say that we expect that the president's 2 days working visit to Ebonyi State will change the narrative that Buhari loves Igbo, and he will prove it by kickstarting the process that will release Nnamdi Kanu. Just your assumption on this, because I know it's quite difficult.
This is like reverse psychology here.
Yes, on the president.
On the president, yes. Even when I read it, I had a heart to laugh. As a, even whatever it is that's in your mind, we are putting it to you that I know you will change your mind.
Yes.
That's an retired military officer. His mind is his mind.
Already made up.
Do you understand? His mind is whatever I want to go into flames, let it go. This is my standpoint. They were hoping. When Amechi went down there the first time, he was hoping that he has given his word. Maybe as time goes on, he will buttress more on the word and maybe soft pedal. He didn't. Now, with what they have said, that's more like reverse psychology. We hope that you have told our youth to calm down because we know you prove to us that you loved the Igbos. Those are reverse psychology. That's a grown man. You don't use reverse psychology on. He's not ashamed. He's not scared of you. That's number one president. He has everything, authority backing him. So the challenge now will be the leaders may need to go back to the drawing board, speak to their youth, talk to their youth.
Yes.
One on one. Forget propaganda, forget media. Tell them this is the situation. It's either we go up together or we go down together. Because if you decide to say, because the president have decided not to give us what we are looking for, which is probably their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and they decide to make Southeast ungovernable, it is their region that is going up. Exactly. Nigeria is still moving on as a nation. Sit at home order only stops and starts and ends in Southeast. Every other places are working normally.
But personally, I think that the leaders, especially the elders, are under heavy pressure. I don't know whether they are the ones that put themselves under that pressure, because making promises when you've not gotten anything from the president, for me, it was wrong. Imagine them saying something like, let me just read this one out. It said, IPOB and other Biafra agitators should hold their peace and remain loyal to the procedure that will help them achieve the release of their leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari's visit will usher in fresh hope of having a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction and secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. We are conscious of the fact that IPOB is cognizant of the process of releasing their leader is ongoing, and their proper attitude and conduct are expected to solidify the process of Kanu's release. We are welcoming President Muhammadu Buhari with an open mind and wish him a pleasant stay in Ebonyi State. Don't you think that was a big promise, which does not? It was like how would I put it? Pricing rabbit inside the hole. You have not even gotten a hold of anything. You have not been in a secret meeting with this person, and you made this promise. Do you think this was the best way to approach this issue?
They were desperate.
Desperate.
They were
Okay.
very desperate. The security architecture of Southeast was already going up in flames. It looks as if different groups are coming up, all of them making everywhere insecure. So they needed to calm the youth. And unfortunately, there was no figurehead that the youth were looking up to listen to. So
Serious.
anything that will calm them down, please just calm. Well, even if you're not, these are like saying over promising and under delivering.
So now are they going to carry their bags and run out of
From all indication, the
Southeast?
best thing to do right now, since you cannot calm them down, is to first of all stay from a distance and be saying, please calm down.
Yeah.
Because right now, these guys are going to go haywire.
And then the
Except
military.
somebody- Oh,
And then
that's
the
another
military is
thing.
also there too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
it's going to be a
with
serious
that,
situation.
you now understand what's probably maybe going on in Southeast. So I think this is a wake up call for them to call themselves to order. All right. The best person that will take care of your home is you.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not something that, in as much as whatever they're doing is not affecting Nigeria, the president is unperturbed. Honestly, let's be practical about this. You sit at home, look at what do you need to do to correct the situation. Sit at home, it's still the South. It doesn't go beyond this. That's the funny thing, and that's what the elders want them to see.
Okay. All right. That's where we're going to leave it. Just like my colleague has rightly said, the best thing to do, we're being very objective here. The best thing is to do right now, based on the reply the president has given to the Southeast leader, is for them to strengthen their legal team, to be able to stand tall and defend and get the ideal, what I may call ideal for them, ideal judgment for Nnamdi Kanu's release. That's where we'd like to leave it. Good.